the thing about picking up data science is you have to be very willing to learn, and you have to learn quick, because the faster you learn, the faster you'll be able to use certain things, right?
Hi everyone, welcome to the Lead channel. Today we have Natalie here. So, Natalie, you studied from a biological background, isn't it?
Yes,
and now you're a business insights manager. So how did you transition from science into data analysis?
So I did my undergraduate in molecular biology. Then once I graduated, I know that I wanted to be in a healthcare field because it's relevant to my field of study. So I went to a pharmaceutical company fresh out of college. Then I eventually went into consulting, focusing on life sciences and healthcare. So the consulting firm focuses on serving clients in the healthcare space. And in consulting, it's a lot of analysis done. So that's how I came about really working on data analytics to find actionable insights for people. Yeah.
So you took up data science as a necessity to your job rather than it's something that you're interested in, is it?
Yeah, I would say it's kind of like a natural progression. It's been a journey, and then I kind of found my way into it.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think of the data science field? Do you find interest in it, or is it something that it's something that I just find useful to me in my work?
I think it's definitely very interesting, and I think it has a lot of potential. And if you think about healthcare and data science, there is definitely a lot of potential that hasn't been unlocked yet. So it's pretty interesting to see what comes up from that area.
Okay. What potential do you see in data science for the pharmaceutical industry and the healthcare?
So data science, the healthcare pharmaceutical space is using data science for drug discovery, for one. So speeding up the discovery of molecules to for a medicine, a drug. That's one thing. Yes. Yeah. Correct.
Is there any other ways, any other expectations that data science can help the pharmaceutical industry?
Yeah. So if you think of in terms of the healthcare setting, the doctor-patient, when patient gets diagnosed, you have AI applications, right, to help diagnose lung cancer, for example. So pharmaceutical firms also look into that space to help the patients. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you use data science to help you in your work?
I'm in the commercial and commercial side of the pharmaceutical firm. So I look a lot at sales data, and I do analysis on sales. What's the market share? What's the market opportunity? To help business unit stakeholders come up with actionable insights. Yeah.
So you're doing more of the business side of the pharmaceutical industry rather than the
commercial side. Correct. Yes. Yeah.
So usually, what kind of tools do you use to help in your work? Do you have any favorite matrices that you use?
Matrices?
Yeah.
We use a lot of Excel, so it's a lot. Yeah, mainly Excel. Then we touch on a bit of coding here as well. BI tools we want to start, but we haven't really gotten into yet.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you usually go about finding out what your market needs? Like, what's your process from analyzing the pharmaceutical market?
So we work a lot on external data. So the data sets we buy from external vendors, and also our internal data sets, so our own sales data. And we would actually analyze our sales for each business units to see, we track the share, for example, we track the growth and the sales, and the ranking of the product in each of the market for each therapy area. Yeah. Then we closely analyze that for each channel, what's happening in each channel, in each the accounts, for example. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What are the upcoming trends that you see in the pharmaceutical industry? Is there a certain demand? Is there more demand for like data scientists? Is there?
Yeah. Okay. So I think the pharmaceutical industry, if you talk about Malaysia, for example, we are still very much in the beginning phase of the journey. So companies are really in the nascent, the baby stages of the analytics journey, setting up the whole data science capabilities, for example. So we are very much at that stage. Companies do practice data science and AI, but I think that happens a lot in other global markets that sit globally. Yes. So local markets, we get to see, we know, we probably hear what the markets out there are practicing. Let's say they are using AI for or data science, but it sits in the other markets. So I think for pharmaceutical industry here, there's a lot of space to catch up on for now. Yeah.
So there's still a lot more to learn for those in the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah, because practicing data science is not mature in this industry, in Malaysia at least. Yeah.
So would you advise people who are entering this industry to take up data science?
Would I advise people entering the healthcare industry to take up data science?
Yeah.
I think data science is a useful skill set to have no matter what industry you are in. Yeah, it's definitely like a step up, So you start off being an analyst, then you do your standard analytics, but then when you progress, you can use more sophisticated tools to help you do analysis, and you work with bigger data sets, so you deal with big data. Yep.
Okay. Cool. So in what areas can the pharmaceutical industry grow when it comes to data science? Is it more of the research side or is it more on the business?
So if you look at what my company is doing, for example, I think we are definitely doing something in terms of drug discovery. So we're using AI and data science for drug discovery, right? But then when it comes to applying data science to the commercial aspects of the business, so applying it to sales and marketing, for example, applying it to your sales force capabilities, your how do you target the doctors to target which doctors to see, for example, those kind of capabilities. We are not using data science to achieve those as of now. So I definitely see a lot of work needed to be done in this space.
Then for the business side, that's something you're working on right now, right? Trying to use data science to market to doctors, is it?
What we are focusing right now is focusing on analyzing the sales. So what has been happening? Yeah. We do a bit of predictive modeling. So we do a bit of how's our sales forecast going to look like, down the road. So that's something that we also do.
Okay. Now I'm just thinking now, because we're in COVID-19 situation, how has COVID-19 really changed the trends in the pharmaceutical industry? Like, what was it like before, and what is it like now?
So in COVID, right, we definitely see it impacting the sales. There are fewer patients that go to clinics, for example. Those patients who have chronic diseases, they would kind of delay their treatment, delay their healthcare. So we see fewer patients going to the healthcare settings. And because fewer patients go to clinics and hospitals, we see the pharmaceutical sales being impacted, right? So pre-COVID, we see like a sales spike. People tend to stock up on all the pharmaceutical drugs because they are preparing for the lockdown. Then once lockdown happens, there are fewer sales. So we see like the trend going down. But then once this lockdown is over and then the COVID situation gets better, the sales will pick up again as well.
I see. Why do you think people who have like more chronic illnesses are trying to delay their visit to clinics?
People are scared, I mean, the hospital is where COVID patients go to as well, right? So you hear certain hospitals treating COVID cases, then as a patient, you wouldn't want to go to those places as well to minimize your exposure to the disease. Yeah. So this COVID situation is actually very interesting in the sense that it creates this whole new scenario where the industry hasn't faced before. People are, you know, bracing for this kind of change. The healthcare landscape is also evolving to see that more doctors are adopting telemedicine, for example.
Telemedicine?
Yes. So before COVID, telemedicine didn't really pick up. There's
Could you explain what telemedicine is?
yeah, sure. So telemedicine means the doctor sees you as a patient through virtual calls. That means they don't see you physically in their clinic, in their office, but they speak to you and they you know, diagnose you that way.
Okay, so so you say there is a rise of sorry, I forgot the term,
Medicine?
yeah, telemedicine.
There's a rise of telemedicine. Yeah, there's a rise of using digital tools for the healthcare space. So doctors, they usually take calls from pharmaceutical representatives, and pharmaceutical reps used to see them face to face. They visit the doctor's office and then they talk to the doctors about any product updates, for example, or any marketing efforts that the company is doing. So the doctors are aware of what's happening. But so because of COVID, some hospitals restrict the representatives to visit the hospitals. And because of that, then you have the representatives moving to talk to the doctors via virtually. So instead of seeing you face to face, the reps now see you, you know, through a virtual call. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you think this will become more common even after COVID?
Yes, we are definitely expecting it to be this way. Yeah. Yeah, definitely settling to a more common and increasingly, like once the doctors get used to it, right? They are for sure going to continue adopting that habit. Yeah.
Okay.
Even though they may not totally say that, okay, now COVID is over, I'm going to go back to, I only want to see my representatives face to face. I'm sure doctors are more warmer to the idea of seeing like a hybrid kind of engagement with the sales reps.
So were they hesitant before COVID-19 to use telemeds?
Telemedicine, yeah. Well, yes, I think once COVID happens, right, what we're seeing in the healthcare space is there's a huge shift to adopt these digital engagements like telemedicine for one, and telemedicine for one, and then the sales reps giving calls to doctors virtually. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So the shift to digital is something interesting that we see here.
So do you think it's also going to be common for clients and people who are selling medicines to also go online for a call to like discuss
So when you talk of clients, who are you thinking of specifically?
I'm thinking of people who are ill and need the medicine.
Right.
People who take supplements on quite regular. Yeah.
Yes. So the e-commerce for medicine, for drug delivery is happening as well. But that happens between the pharmacy or hospitals and the patients. Yes. So patients get their prescription, fill their drugs from these channels. They can buy them online as well. Yeah.
So has there been an increase of this since COVID?
Yeah. This is one example of a digital shift as well.
Okay. Has there been any sort of hesitance of clients buying medicine online?
Hesitation of clients buying medicine online?
Yeah, because like I'm imagining that I'm someone who needs medicine, and then I need to get a particular medicine for a certain illness because I know in my family I have a brother who has autism, and for him he needs a particular kind of medicine that calms down his tantrums, and he usually only gets it from one outlet. So would any of the clients have this kind of issues or hesitance towards e-commerce?
I believe so, because if you talk of e-commerce in general, there are people who are late, doesn't adopt it as readily as other people. So when you talk of e-commerce, you generally don't think of the older generation, buying their drugs online. It's usually the children, the younger ones who are very more digitally savvy and who are able to like navigate through the online shopping and all for their parents, for example. Yeah. So there's definitely going to be a segment of people who are more hesitant in purchasing online, or they just don't know how to go about doing it. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So when you picked up data analytics skills, what challenges did you face and how did you overcome them?
I think when I pick it up, especially when I first started out, one challenge was when I don't know how to do a certain thing right. Then when I need to ask people, so asking people was sometimes they might be very busy, especially when I work in consulting. So they might not be able to handhold, or they may not be able to teach you as much as you want them to. Yeah, so that's one of the challenges. But then I realized after a while that I can be my own teacher. I can just go online, go Google for solutions, and usually that's a very effective way of learning. Yeah.
Okay. So when you search online for self-help, do you go to certain communities where they can help you? Or do you like watch videos to find out like different methods of solving a solution?
Yeah. So I think in terms of if you're dealing with Excel, for example, you can just Google and the solution would be in the would very easy you very easily find the Google results for the solution. Then if you're dealing with code, Stack Overflow is a great platform that you could look up your solutions. Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything that you're proud of during your journey to picking up data science?
I guess I'm proud of the thing about picking up data science is you have to be very willing to learn, and you have to learn quick, because the faster you learn, the faster you'll be able to do certain things, right? So I think I guess I'm proud of that learning, the willingness to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to pick up data science?
How long? It's been a journey. So I've started out with Excel, right, since my consulting days. Then gradually after that, I realized that, like this is not enough. There are so many other cooler tools out there, like more tools that I can use to achieve the same results I want, or even better results. Then I started learning. So I took like, it's like on off, take this course for 1 semester, then go and focus on my work, for example, and then come back to another course. And it's been on off like that. I took lead course halfway, and now this semester, this fall, so I just started my course in masters in analytics. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So what programming skills have you picked up aside from like using Excel?
Yeah. I've learned R, I've learned Python, I've dabbled with SQL as well.
Which one do you use most often at work?
R, actually.
Why
Yeah,
R?
that's my first kind of coding language that I picked up by myself. And after that, my thinking just kind of, just geared towards that.
Oh, okay. So you picked up R before taking up classes?
Yes, I picked up R by myself, even before joining Leap.
So how is it like self-learning to it's like how's it like trying to learn R by yourself compared to actually going to a class?
I actually signed up for a class for R. I looked through it's a online class, so I learned through video lessons and doing the homework assignments and googling a lot for answers. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that people can self-learn a programming language, or must they go for a class to really understand it?
I think they can self-learn, definitely. If you're initiated enough, you definitely can. And online resources are a great way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. moving on, you set up your own company called CoPower. And
Yes, yeah.
could you tell us what CoPower is and what inspired you to start CoPower?
Kopara is a natural skincare brand, and I wanted to bring more of this natural skincare. So when I started, I see the Malaysian space as lacking in these kind of products, and the products that are available are always overseas, and you have to buy them from overseas and ship them over, for example. So I wanted to change that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's really, how did you start up CoPower, your entrepreneurship? Like, how did you go?
Yeah. So I believe in, as of now, I believe in like having a side hustle because I like exploring things that my career. So your talents and abilities are not limited to one set of things that you can do. It's also much more that you have to explore and find out for yourself. So I believe that's why I started Kopara in the first place, and I've continued on since. Yeah.
So are most of your products locally based? Because you said like you always had to like import. I mean, in Malaysia, we usually have to import skincare products.
Yeah, correct. Yes. So we are not distributing other people's products for one. So if you're a distributor, you import products and then you sell them locally, right? We actually made our own products for this. Yeah.
Could you tell us more about your products?
Yeah. So it's a natural product. It's a golden jojoba oil, and it's pretty cool. Please try it.
Oh, what does it do?
It moisturizes your skin. It's all natural. So it if you're sensitive, if you have sensitive skin type, then you wouldn't. It will give you less trouble compared to all those products that have harsh chemicals.
Okay. And what's it made out of?
It's jojoba oil itself, and we added in a little bit of essential oils.
Ah, okay. So it's something that we apply on our face every day, is it?
Yes, you can use it on your face, your hair, your skin, dry skin spots. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so as you are setting up your online shop, right? It's an online shop. So could you tell us whether data analytics really helped you set up a shop, and if so, how?
I think data analytics comes into play when you collected data. So when you've generated enough data, your marketing data, for example, your sales data, then you could analyze it and spot the trends and track all that's going about for your sales. Yes. Since Kopara is very much, it's like still a baby. Yes, it's still in that phase where you have to bring it up.
So do you have any marketing strategies to help get Kopara's name out there? So
we found out that partnering with media agencies, so getting our product featured in media, for example, Says, for example, The Star, those beauty magazines. Most notably, Says really helped us in generating traffic and sales.
So it's been slowly building so far. Just okay. Is there any other ways that you are marketing CoPower?
Marketing wise, we basically we don't push as much because correct. We do social media. We also do sales promotion sometimes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And do you use data analytic tools to help with your marketing as well?
Data analytics tools. We have Google Analytics for one. Yes, and then we also analyze our Shopify, the data that comes through for Shopify.
Oh, so it's also available on Shopify.
Yes, yep.
Do you put your products on other e-commerce websites as well?
We have them there, but at the moment they are not available. So we've tried to put it on Lazada before.
Why is that so?
So the thing about like trying other online channels is to actually see whether they work for us. And
Mhm.
yeah, we've tried that.
So it's
We tried
really still
Lazada
like,
and then
sorry. Sorry, go on.
yes. Yeah, so we've tried Lazada and then we try to see whether it makes sense for us to continue putting it there. Yeah. It's still very much a work in progress kind of thing where we are figuring out how to go about best doing it.
Yeah, that's fair. So you said that you're doing currently your business insights manager full time. Then you're also taking up a master's in data analytics, and now you have this Copower side business. How do
Yeah.
you manage to balance all three of these in your work in your life?
Yeah, I just try my best actually. There's no secret formula to that. I just try my best and try really hard to be disciplined. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any active strategies to help balance it out?
I prioritize. So I made very clear priorities as to which one I want to prioritize. Then I allocate my time accordingly.
Okay. So, has it been difficult so far to really balance it out, or were there times that it's like, oh, I think I can, it seems manageable so far?
No, it's been difficult at times. Yes, I don't. Yeah, I spend a lot of my weekends doing, just working, studying. Yeah. So yeah, definitely difficult.
Yeah, but so far has it been fulfilling to really pursue all these?
Yeah, because I'm definitely pursuing what I want to do, and I know that I can't do everything at one go. So I'm trying to balance everything out.
Yeah, that's fair. So, what advice would you give to those who also want to start their side business but they are a bit hesitant?
If they're if they want to start a side business but are still a bit hesitant, I'll just say go for it. You never know if you don't try, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely just go for it. Don't let things hold you back because you might regret it later that you didn't try.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for them on how they should start setting up their side hustle?
Depends on what kind of business you are looking at, right? But yeah, one good piece of advice I would think, if I were to give myself when I look back, is to say that get good people to help you. Yeah, it really makes a difference. Yeah.
Like when you say good people, what exactly are we looking for? Are we looking for someone that we can work well with or someone who has good skills? What are your thoughts?
Someone who has good skills for one, with the right attitude. Yeah, and yeah, because that would determine whether or not you can work with them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that we need to consider?
You have to. I think what I did was I I try to understand what they are looking to get out of as well.
Okay. So
Because you're starting out, right, the business, so you need to know what they are looking for in terms of what they want to achieve personally by in working with you as well.
so it's a two-way thing.
Yep.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone who wants to be a business insights manager? What skills and qualities do they need to develop?
To bring about actionable insights for the company, you have to know their business. There's just no way around it. So try to learn, because analytic skills, right? The technical side of it, you can pick it up easily and learn as you go. So that's the easy part to learn, if you ask me. But then if you were to learning the business itself, the in and outs, the nuances, that part is a bit difficult because you have to learn through experience and learn through talking to other people in the firm. Yes. So say also, don't neglect that part, and that part is definitely important.
So it's not just sitting in front of the screen and doing your work, but you really have to understand where the other person's coming from and regularly talk to them.
Yeah. Try to learn as much as the business as possible. Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm good on my side too. So thank you for joining me, Natalie.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Kristen.
Bye.